Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game all about trading stocks and manipulating the market called Exchange. Exchange is one of the new strategy games from Bicycle, the same company that makes playing cards. And this is a 3 to 6 player game, plays in about 30 to 45 minutes, probably closer to the 30 point because it's pretty fast, which you'll see later. And what you're doing in this is you are going to be deciding to sell or buy one of 3 different types of securities. You got banks, you got bonds, and you got insurance. The point of this game is you're trying to have the most money at the end, more than everybody else. So you're trying to be the best at manipulating the stocks and bonds and securities. And you're also trying to watch out for some market forces because they will come in and they'll slap you around. So you got to be careful for that. It's a pretty straightforward playing game. It has this really cool player board component, which we'll talk about at the end, but I just wanted to show you because I like it. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go down to the table, see how it plays. All right, so here's a game of Exchange, all set up for 3 players. To set up, you're going to put the main board out here. You're going to put the round tracker here on number 1. You're going to put the blue, green, and red, unmarked 4-sided dice on the 50 mark. Put the money over somewhere on the side of the board. You'll have the market forces card that you'll be sitting out on the side. The lobbyist with these 3 phase 3 influence cards under it, or in it, whatever you want to do. You're going to give each player a player board, looks like this, and a founder card. You're going to get a couple founder cards that you're going to get to choose. Basically what these are going to do is they're going to give you certain amounts of stocks in banks, bonds, and insurance, and some starting cash. So it's just going to be a way for players to start out a little bit differently. So I've updated their tracks accordingly. And you're going to give each player a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 little envelope thing. And phase 1 will have what kind of, what are they called? Security that we're trying to buy. So banks, bonds, or insurance, or sell. Phase 2 will show how many of each we want to buy or sell. And phase 3 is going to be these 3 cards, and it's going to say if we want the security to go up in value or down in value. All right, so that's the setup. Let's go ahead and get started playing. So the way this game works is we're going to be doing all 3 phases. We'll reveal a market force, and then based on the new value of the securities, we're going to buy and or sell at that value. And starting in round 2, whoever has the most cash on hand will become the lobbyist, and they'll be able to influence an additional up or down movement of one of the securities. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to play this player. I'm going to kind of randomly do these 2 except for phase 2 because I want to make sure I have enough money for them to do what they need to do. So what do I want to focus on? Let's focus on... So I have these 3 cards that I can focus on. I can focus on the banks, the blue track, the bonds, the green track, the insurance, the orange track. Let's go ahead and do insurance. Why not? So we're going to do insurance. So this is all secret, so no one can see what you're doing. So I'll take the insurance card, put it in the envelope, and I'll set it like this. Then I need to decide if I want to buy or sell those shares. And, I think I'm going to buy 3 of them. So I'm going to put this in here like that, so nobody can see what's going on, and I'll put it right there. And then I want to decide if I want to which track I want to manipulate. And I actually want to make insurance cheaper because I want to buy it. So I'm going to put this in here like this, put it like that, and then I'm ready to buy. So let's randomly do one here. Let's take this one, let's flip it this way. I can do these 1 and 3 I can do randomly. The other one is a little trickier. Let's see, I think they have $200. They'll sell 3 of something. Again, nobody would know this except this player, but just to kind of show you how the game works, I need to prepare this stuff. So let's do this one this way. So 2 of them are random. We're not going to know what the 3rd one is. And then this one, we'll pick this guy, flip it this way. And then we'll do, they're going to buy some goodies, I think. Let's buy, they're gonna buy 4 of whatever they sold. So hopefully they have enough money. We'll see if that pans out well. Where's number 2? Where did number 2 go? Oops, there it is. They're gonna buy this. Then we're gonna move on to phase 3. Let's take this one and just put it in here. See what it is. All right, so now what we're gonna do is everybody will flip. So we'll just flip them all starting down here. We normally do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, but I'm just gonna flip them all because it doesn't really matter. Oops, put it upside down, good job. Bonds, then influence, they're going to be banks down. They're going to sell 3. They're going to do banks. I'm going to insurance down 1. I'm going to buy 3, and I'm going to focus on insurance. All right. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and flip. We'll manipulate the tracks a little bit. So insurance goes down, banks go down, insurance goes up, then market forces. Natural disaster, some flavor text. That's going to manipulate these again. So all securities go down 1. All right, so then we're going to buy and sell according to what we picked. So I'm going to buy 3 insurance. That's $40 a piece. So that's $120. $120. And I will mark that on this board. 1, 2, 3. They're going to sell 3 bank. So that's going to tap them out on bank, but that'll give them $90. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then this player is going to buy 4 insurance, which is $160. So they have 150, 60, and they get 4 insurance. Can't see if I'm on 14. It looks right. Okay. Then that's the end of the round. Then we're going to move to round 2. And then we're going to see who has the most cash on hand, which would probably be this player because they're the only one that sold. So they would get the lobbyist, which basically means during this round, they're going to be able to influence one of the securities either up or down. They're going to do it twice. They can do different ones or do the same one, whatever. But they're going to have these extra lobbyist cards. We're going to keep going like this. So 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to function the same way. And then market close, all we're going to do is we're going to be able to do phase 3. So we're going to pick a security. We're going to manipulate it. There's no lobbyist. And then based on where we are on the tracks, we're going to convert our tracks, our share stocks into money, add it to our money on hand, and whoever has the most money is the winner. And that's how you play exchange. Let's go up to the top, see what we think about it. All right, so that was exchange. First off, I just want to say I enjoy this game quite a bit. It's a party game, essentially. It's it has some strategy actually in it, but it functions kind of like a party game where you can just sit and have a good time. It's over in 30 minutes. You can either play again or play something else. So that's cool. I actually kind of like the art. So I'm going to talk about the art and some of the production here real quick. First thing I want to talk about is this board. All the colors are black, the blue, the green, and this orange here. It's going to match this cool player board right here where you're going to keep track of your stocks with this slider. Kind of do that type of thing. The cards are pretty generic. They just have text on them, but they get the job done. So it is what it is. And the markers for the stocks are blank dice, which is kind of cool. So the components aren't great, but it's functional, and you don't need a ton of components for this game because it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. So I'm not going to talk too much about this game. The rule book is pretty straightforward. It's good. It helped me play the game. I didn't have any questions. Everything was laid out. The insert is actually pretty nice as well, so that's a plus. I actually kind of like this deal too, where you're hiding what you're doing during all the phases. The interesting thing is the phases really don't matter a ton because you do everything at the end. So what you do on phase, the only reason it matters is because if I see 2 other people playing banks, then I'm going to try to manipulate the banks to go down so they lose more money. So you're doing all of this at the same time, but you're revealing in different, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, market forces, and then you're buying. So it's just an interesting way to, kind of see what's coming, and you can think, oh man, they're going to buy the same thing as me. but it's not going to break the game if, you know, somebody has to go back and change something, I don't think. So I like this game. It will probably stay in my collection. I'll probably bring it out if I'm playing with some friends or just want to play a light economic stock game. So that's Exchange from Bicycle Card Games, and I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.